keeper's cottage stands in a sheltered coombe, or narrow hollow of the woodlands, overshadowed by a mighty Spanish chestnut, bare now of leaves, but in the summer a noble tree. The ashwood covers the slope at the rear. On one side of the garden, and on the other, a long strip of meadow with elms. In front, and somewhat lower, a streamlet winds, fringing the sward, and across the fir plantations begin their dark, sombre foliage hanging over the water. A dead willow trunk thrown from bank to bank forms a rude bridge. The tree, not even squared, gives a little surface for the foot, and in frosty weather a slip is easy. From this primitive contrivance a path, of which others fork, lead into the intricacies of the covers, and from the garden a wicket gate opens on the ashwood. The cottage is thatched and oddly gabled, built before improvements came into fashion, yet cosy, with walls 3 foot thick, which keep out the cold of winter and the heat of summer. This is not solid masonry. There are 2 shells, as it were, filled up between with rubble and mortar rammed down hard. Inside the floor of brick is a step below the level of the ground. Sometimes a peculiar but not altogether unpleasant odour fills the low-pitched sitting-room. It is emitted by the roots burning upon the fire, hissing as the sap exudes and boils in the fierce heat. When the annual fall of timber takes place, the butts of the trees are often left in the earth, to be afterwards grubbed out and split for firewood, which goes to the great house or is sold. There still remains the roots, which are cut into useful lengths and divided among the upper employees. From elm and oak and ash, and the crude turpentine of the fir, this aromatic odour, the scent of the earth in which they grew, is exhaled as they burn. The ceiling is low, and crossed by one huge square beam of oak, darkened by smoke and age. The keeper's double-barrelled gun is suspended from his beam. There are several other guns in the house, but this, the favourite, always hangs where it did before he had children, so strong is the habit. The rest are yet more out of danger. It has been a noble weapon, though now showing signs of age. The interior of the breech worn larger than the rest of the barrel from constant use, so much so, before it was converted to a breech loader, the wad, when the ramrod pushed it down, would slip the last 6 inches so loosely fitting as to barely answer its purpose of retaining the shot. This in a measure anticipated the choke bore, and his gun was always famous for its killing power. The varnish is worn from the stock by incessant friction against his coat, showing the real grain of the walnut wood, and a trigger guard with polish of the sleeve shines like silver. It has been his companion for so many years that it is not strange he should feel an affection for it. No other fitted the shoulder so well, or came with such a delicate precision to the present position. His dog whistle hangs at his buttonhole. His pocket knife is a basket of tools in itself, most probably a present from some youthful sportsman who was placed under his care to learn how to handle a gun. The corkscrew it contains has been a muck surface at luncheon time. There, under a sturdy oak or a sheltered nook of the lane, where the horse